listening to Peanut Butter and Triggered. I'm Scott, joined by
Jay Eastwood.
And also joined by...
It's Ben! Fuck!
Yeah.
Ben's back.
I feel like I should have been more aggressive than that.
That was... Sure.
Like, just practice like if it was a movie.
I kind of sounded, like, excited, like, yeah, that was a surprise, like, oh, fuck, yeah! It's him!
I want to hear terror.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
That's enough.
I'm just kidding.
We got time to fill.
We have Ben back. We have a relatively horrible episode coming up to you guys.
Stoked?
I like it.
That's how you get those listeners salivating.
We don't have a ton of news, but what we're going to be talking about is our favorite video game characters.
Did you say video game?
But yeah, just like Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Scott said, let's think of that, and then Jose just started recording, so I didn't really know.
Okay, so Ben, we're thinking of we were doing two each of our favorite video game characters. We're also going to talk to Ben about what he's excited for after E3 because he's been MIA or RIP. And
that should be the new term. He's R.I.P.
He's R.I.P.
He's rest in peace. That makes
rest
sense.
Rest in piss.
Never forget he rests in spaghetti.
Wow.
And we have a couple Patreon subscribers because now we're on Patreon. Wow.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks. They have a couple questions for us because part of that perk of being triggered, which is the third highest, triggered, the third highest tier, which is donating $10 a month, is you get to ask us a few questions, boys.
Do each of us answer the question, or is it?
Or
do we just both?
Unless they specify who they want to answer the question.
They said both of them just ask questions.
Do we all three just say at the same time?
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know what.
Yeah, you all give your version of the answer, and we do it all at once.
I'm cool with that.
There's a lot of talking over each other in this episode. So.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll start with some video game news, boys.
Are we doing the Patreon stuff at the end? That sounds so... I'm like enthralled with the idea.
No, we're going to do it at the beginning, but first
cool.
we're going to do video game news and Patreon stuff, because some people might not listen to the end, and we want everyone to hear this Patreon.
Hey, Scott, you go for it, bud.
All right, thanks, bud. So there's not a lot of news anyway. The only news I have... Do you guys have any news? Probably not, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Probably not. What's that supposed to mean?
How dare you? Okay.
I prepare.
The first piece of news is... he put his mouth into coffee.
Oh, did you really put your mouth on that? You're not supposed to put your mouth on it.
What happens?
I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's weird, guys.
The July
Listeners.
Games for PlayStation Network are Heavy Rain and Absolver.
You want to be back, boy.
But we got Ben back now.
Bruh.
Anyway, Heavy Rain, Absolver, free games, PSN.
Heavy Rain's...
Did you play Heavy Rain?
No. It seemed like it was all movie.
It is. It's like Detroit Become Human.
It's stupid. I don't want to play a movie. I might want to play a movie. Okay.
Okay. And Ben actually has headphones this time, too. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, they're going to make my ears dirty. Yeah. That's the kind of treatment I get around here.
Shut up.
He's had nothing but complain.
Yeah.
That's not true.
The only other piece of news I really have is that, did you guys play Uncharted?
Yeah.
1 and 2?
You know, what they came out and said is if you play through the series and if you play through the series, he never actually gets hit. He never actually gets shot. Unless you die.
Well, what?
So, it looked
Imagine if it was real life. If you got shot, you would die in real life.
Yeah, and the game actually, if you get shot, you die. But the red damage indicator around your character when you're getting shot at is actually a luck meter.
Okay.
No, I do like that idea though, because like if you imagine if it's like an action movie or something like that, like the second somebody gets hit, you know they get hit unless it's like one of those shitty actions. It's not even an action, but like you remember Walking Dead when we didn't know that like that little shithead. Wait, spoiler alert. You have to take this moment. Warned. Yeah, take this moment now as your warning.
Coral
gets bitten by a Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, come back from the dead.
He died.
Yeah.
He has risen to walk among us.
I hate that show now. It's super boring.
The Walking Dead or the Fast and Furious?
Both.
We were talking about this earlier. That one of those people we know hates Game of Thrones because he'd rather watch fucking Tokyo Drift, that piece of shit.
Who does that?
Who do you think?
No names.
His name rhymes with Slate Morgan.
No, that's not it for news. I got some news.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, remember you made fun of me for thinking I didn't have news. Okay, so Resident Evil 4, the remake, has now officially made it in the news again because the main characters, Claire and Leon...
That's Resident Evil 2, bro.
Yeah, 2.
God.
What did I say?
4.
Oh,
That's what I said.
Sorry.
That's what I said.
No, I'm sorry, because I was thinking of Leon. Leon and Claire, the stars of Resident Evil 2, actually are modeled after Instagram models.
Weird.
And they found them, and they look exactly like them. Like, I don't know who has Leon's haircut still, but apparently the character model does.
Some loser model.
Yeah, he has that haircut straight from 1994.
Was it Logan Paul?
No.
Jake?
Unfortunately.
You wanted it to be Logan Paul?
I would love RE2 Leon Kennedy is actually Logan Paul.
Oh my god, bros, there's zombies. We better bro it up.
we better put this on YouTube Live.
Look, there's a dead guy. Film him.
Stupid.
He's gonna bite me. This sucks.
This sucks.
What's his? He has a clothing line. He has hoodies, and it's like, bro it up, bros.
He's the worst.
Yeah, buy that merch.
We just advertise for Logan Paul.
So, there's also another bit of news, but before I move on, what do you guys think about that besides the Logan Paul stuff?
The what?
Besides the Logan Paul
They're
comment
real
that Ben
people.
made.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
kind of cool
care.
that they look exactly like the characters that they...
Instagram is ruining us.
Oh, okay.
I think it's kind of cool, like
I'm gonna
low
get on a
key, but
soapbox. You just said it wasn't. Backpedaler.
Now
No
look
wonder
who's a
y'all-
flip-flopper.
No wonder y'all are friends. This is why I'm not consistent, y'all.
I found
Y'all
out.
aren't consistent.
I found out that
you
Ben's
barely even done
not
with
my
the
friend
vodka,
anymore.
And you're already going deep there, bro.
I'm fucking wasted. It loosens me up so I can talk to the people.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna move on. Yeah. So I don't want you to feel on the podcast.
You don't want me to feel anything?
Yeah, I just want you to be you. I want you to bring funny. So there's also a video on the internet that shows the vehicles from Forza Horizon 4 completely remade frame by frame in Grand Theft Auto 5, and it looks freaking rad.
Oh, that's super cool. Grand Theft Auto 5, ever since they added those modding tools for PC, you can do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know we had like a very short segment on your experience as a police officer, so that's great.
Well, I hope to go back to that life when my son gets a little older. I need to rejoin the old force. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
No, I need to rejoin what's it called? LSPD, Los Santos Police Department.
Damn, dude, you're gonna have to go through
For a
training and
second,
everything.
Yeah, I know. For a second, I was actually going to be the helicopter person that flew around, but it's just insanely boring.
Hey, what's going to be... I'm honestly curious about this, and I feel like it's relevant towards
Okay.
the podcast. What's going to be your parenting policy towards your child or children, if you have plural, and what they can play as youngsters? Are you going to have like an age bracket of what games they can start playing? What's going to be it?
That's an interesting question, because I think if you ask my wife, she definitely wants to wait a little longer.
Okay.
As a kid, I never had any restrictions at all. Like, I was playing...
Me neither.
At 7 years old, I was playing Resident Evil. At, I think, 11 years old, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3. And I never necessarily had overly violent tendencies or anything crazy like that.
There's had shitty parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played whatever I want.
My mom just...
and look at me, look how I turned
my
out.
mom never cared, and so...
Paranoid about germs and shit.
To be honest with you, when my son's old enough, I'm going to try to talk to him because he's a little human and say, look, this isn't real. This is a video game. And I'm sure there's some games he's probably shouldn't be playing, but I don't know. It's a good question. I guess I'll broach the subject when I get there.
It's a good call. I was just
it's
honestly
hard.
curious. I
No,
never talked to you about that.
It's a really hard... It's really hard. I don't think it'll adversely affect him.
Ben, what if you shit out a couple of kids?
I don't have the capability due to being a boy, but if my partner does...
Yeah, what would you do? Honest question.
Oh, I'm not going to even teach him anything. It's just like,
Gonna let him go?
Here you go. There's the world. Figured out.
I think you have to let them do that to a point. I think that kids who are really sheltered have
They end up
real
shooting stuff
problems.
up, man.
Yeah.
I think they're the weird ones.
I have family members who were sheltered their whole life, and then it's like when they actually see it, they kind of go crazy, and they don't really know what to do. And I don't know. You have to talk to them, to your kids, because they're people. But yeah, it's a good question.
I just never had restrictions growing up, and I mean, I'm a pretty demented guy. Like I kind of have a dark sense of humor, but I've never had the urge to murder anyone.
Me either.
Knock on
Lately.
wood.
And it's funny because
for 30 years.
some people say that it desensitizes you, but honestly, when I see a video of someone being murdered, I've seen tons of movies where there are fake murders, but when I see a video of someone actually being murdered, it does really bother me.
I cry a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very sensitive, and I try to not be, and the hard video games did not help me not cry, so...
We were talking...
You watch people getting hurt all the time, though, Ben.
Well, I don't watch them get murdered. When it's the face, man. If I watch your life leave your face, like after you got your head chopped off, I'm like, oh, wow.
Because we were talking about this. There's some of the Eli Roth movies, like Hostel or Green Inferno, where there's some, really brutal murders. And if you go and you watch an ISIS video, it is way worse to see someone get their head cut off in real life than it is.
You get to detach yourself from the reality of it in a movie, and... when you're watching it on Live Leak or whatever, you literally watch someone's life end, and that shit freaks me out, kind of. Yeah,
and that's why when you asked me that question about my son, I think, well, I'm really able to separate it. Like when I see someone get hurt in real life, I do feel bad. That's not good. Even though I've seen tons of movies where people get hurt, or play tons of games where you actually play a bad guy or whatever and you kill people. But when you actually see it in real life, I'm not desensitized.
No, it does. It lingers. I think about it. I definitely dwell on it. But yeah. So, yeah, let's move on. We got that question out of the way.
So, we'll go on to our Patreon questions. We'll start off by saying that Patreon, we just started a Patreon by recommendation of one of our Patreon contributors. What the Patreon money is going to support is, it's going to support server costs. Now, me and Jay don't have to share a server cost.
So we're paying for this? My bad, y'all.
Yeah. Well, it's not much.
Y'all never even let me know.
$14 a month. It's not like it's really
I told
bad.
you.
Oh, yeah.
So that's paid for now. So that's our first goal. It's paid for. We're at $18. And then the next goal at $50, I don't remember what I put as the goal, and then we have a goal at 100. I know at 100 we're going to start filming this, and so you can actually watch it.
Oh, yes. Lord. Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
The camera adds, 10 pounds?
Remember on Tommy Boy, he's like, does the camera add 200 pounds?
But the next goal I'm thinking about putting at $100,000 a month, we will quit our jobs. 100,000 sounds fair, right?
Hey, man, you guys...
I could live on almost nothing.
Get that shit together, please.
We
can split 100. We can make it work. We can shack up together. I'll help raise Oliver. I'll be the cool uncle.
Cool.
He'll be what's a cool uncle in Full House?
That's okay.
Well, it's only his first name. I didn't even say his social or anything.
It's okay, I don't really care.
Oliver's social is...
What was a cool uncle in Full House?
Joey, he was not cool.
Well, okay, so you'll have to grow a mullet.
Yeah.
Done.
Everywhere you go, everywhere you go.
What was the John Stamos? He was a cool uncle, wasn't he? Well, he had kids, though, too.
Did he?
No.
Yeah, they did. They ended up having kids.
I don't know, maybe.
Bob had the main lot, litter, and then Uncle Jesse, that's it. Anywho,
hey,
if you donate,
cut it out.
If you donate $10 a month, you get to ask us personally.
Oh, was it?
Questions.
I thought you were chastising me.
Us personally questions. So, the first person to ever donate to us is Mr. Patrick. He has 2 questions for us in general. The first question is, how did we come up with the name Peanut Butter and Triggered?
Real quick, for those that are Patreon contributors, and if you have a specific question for one of us specifically, we'll answer that, but you just got to specify that, because now we're all going to answer that question.
Well, yeah, even though it's not really an all-answer question.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. I figured this is a good place to start off.
Do you want to answer it? Do you remember?
I do remember that fateful day. So, it was a cloudy day, if I remember. No, but specifically, we kept trying to sort out some different ideas for different names, and we couldn't really come up with anything memorable.
Didn't we have some other one? And I can't remember. I think we had kind of another one, but we always were saying Triggered.
Yeah, so it all started out at work. For some reason, we love to make fun of the people that use Triggered as a legitimate sort of I guess
a thing.
Y'all are about to lose
reaction.
Followers.
That's okay.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why we came up with it is because Scott came up with the idea of peanut butter and something else, and then we just said Triggered, and then I looked it up and I Googled it, and there was no hits, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a single Peanut Butter and Triggered on the web, and we're like, well, we wanted a name that would come up to the top of a Google search.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Peanut Butter Trigger's not taken by
any.
Yeah, Peanut Butter Trigger's not taken by anybody, and we think it's hilarious. Well, that people get triggered in general. I think that Ben's kind of a very amateur. I said very amateur comedian.
Wow, Jesus Christ, cutting deep for no reason.
No.
That just hurt his feelings.
I mean, I'm not even amateur comedian.
I'm going to break in here and I'm going to say, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but toot toot. I came into these young ladies' lives and sorry, I laugh
I'm
my
a
own
boy.
jokes a lot. Are you?
Yeah.
Triggered.
And I assume your gender. The beardless face of yours threw me off. I thought you were a butch lesbian. Anywho.
How dare you?
All right.
When I came into these young ladies' lives, I, again, not trying to toot my own horn, brought Triggered with me from...
Actually, you didn't. I said Triggered before
You said
that.
Trigger, and it wasn't catchy, and no one liked it as much. But when Triggered came around by yours truly,
He just...
it spread like wildfire, and then Scott was like, man, I was saying that, no way you said it again.
Okay, whatever. I'll give you... I don't really care.
He was just trying to be a dick.
But yeah, he said triggered like whenever anybody did anything. Basically, we would say triggered when someone was bothering you in general, because we feel like being triggered is thrown around way too much. Like, I was walking down the road and I saw a bag flying and I thought about this and it triggered something, and we just think it's ridiculous to give something that much power over your life.
Well, my inspiration for saying Triggered all the time was literally Triggered Girl on YouTube.
I wake up, I'm triggered.
Triggered.
Yeah.
I hop in the shower, I'm triggered.
She
I get on the
literally
bus, I'm triggered.
Is triggered by just being alive. I see my sister who's skinnier than me, I'm triggered. I think about losing weight, I get triggered. It's just...
We're just trying to say that it's really stupid to allow something to rule your life by constantly letting everything bother you or one thing. Don't let things trigger you.
Yeah, just
But
roll up, motherfucker.
Peanut Butter and Triggered we thought was really catchy. PBT Triggered is catchy, so that's the answer to the first question. It only took us a day. It didn't take us long to figure out that name.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the next day, a day or two later, I had that logo drawn up, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's a dope logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Next question. If you could play one platform, mobile, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, etc., which would it be and why?
I vote for Ben's mother.
She's very nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait, that sounds sexual. I'd like to retract
I know,
my
she is
answer.
very nice.
My mom's a sweet lady, and she would love to play with your ding dong.
Oh, lordy. Okay, so what would you do, Jay?
Okay, so I was just kidding about Ben's mother. I don't really know her.
You never will.
I vote for PlayStation 4. It's easy.
Yeah.
All of my favorite games are on PlayStation 4 with the exception of Forza Horizon 4, which will be coming out. And then the other thing too is I love the controller. I love how easy the games are to download and play and all that stuff. And I don't have to worry about the games crashing all the fucking time.
Yeah, I agree. You?
So, I'd say PS4. If we could go retro, if we couldn't have anything that's current, like of the current...
it's any.
Well, I'm just throwing out there. PS4.
Okay.
But if we couldn't, N64. I loved the Nintendo 64.
That tri controller.
It was a cool looking controller. They had a lot of heaters on there. Y'all remember that game Body Harvest?
No.
You drove that little truck around, you fought big old bugs.
Sounds cool.
Because they had to harvest our bodies for their bug food. That was cool.
I think that was a Rockstar game.
I think it was too.
Yeah.
I had it. My mom let me have it
A
because on the
DMC
cover
game. I think that's the name of that.
it was like the globe and this praying mantis just sitting over the globe.
Yeah, I do remember me
think
and
that was
your mother talking about that.
That was like a pre-Grand Theft
Not
Auto
necessary.
Rockstar game, I'm pretty
Are you
sure.
drunk?
No.
Are you drinking again?
No.
Are you on the wagon? Is it on out or off if you're drinking again?
It's off.
Well, so if you're on the wagon, you're doing good.
So, Scott, what would you pick?
Probably PC.
I don't feel
PC?
welcome here.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
You can play any game on console from PC. You can play all the games and they're modded and there's a billion of them and it's super cheap, so why wouldn't I?
Great
You can
point,
use
actually.
controllers, you can use Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller.
PC people are snobs though, and I don't
I'm
like
not trying
them.
to be a snob, bro.
They're snobs.
Scott is the least snobby PC member of the PC master race I've ever met in my life.
But they, for the most part, you just kind of low-key gave them street cred.
Yeah.
The master race.
That's the
That's
slang
what they call
term,
it.
you
The
idiot.
PC Master Race is what they call themselves.
See?
Hey, stop.
Why do you treat me like this? Hey, stop. No, the flashbacks.
You
Get off
can't
me,
even
Senor
remember
Torres.
he was halfway through a sentence of saying something important and it's ruined.
Okay,
I
sorry.
had a dream that Jose's Spanish teacher beat me up for no reason.
Mr. Torres.
teacher?
Yeah,
He
Mr. Torres.
He had his knees on my shoulders and he was just mushing my face into the ground. And he was like, stop, stop, stop. And it was terrifying. It jolted me awake. I was like, oh,
that sounds horrible.
Sweaty.
Poor Mr.
That's
Torres.
just normal. But
No, poor Ben for being beaten up by like a 5'4" Michoacan
with a ponytail. He has a dope ponytail.
and an undercut.
Hey guys.
Stop.
Stop.
All right, what's our next quest?
So our next question comes from our second Patreon subscriber, the one who told us to do Patreon, which is my buddy, our buddy, Robbie. His first question is, which game are you looking forward to the most in the next 6 months? I'm guessing I know what yours is.
Yeah, I think everybody can guess correctly on that. It's Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, I figured you'd say Resident Evil 2.
No.
You should watch Tokyo Drift with Schmleicher and Morgan.
Okay.
No, I definitely would pick Forza Horizon 4 because, number one, it has VWs back, and I really enjoy modding cars.
Okay. What would you pick?
Well, I don't know the official release date on the game, I'd want to say. So, I'm going to go RE2 Remake.
Yeah, I think that's end of the year.
I think it is going to be this year. Shadows Die Twice would be my first vote, but I don't think it's going to be out in the next 6 months. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the RE2 remake I really like, or the Resident Evil 2 remake for the uninitiated. Re2. I think I like the perspective of replaying this whole universe and this game I treasured as a child and being able to do it from a new console perspective with the over-the-shoulder camera. It just looks amazing.
Yes, I would agree. Red Dead for me.
Ooh.
I'm not as excited about it as I thought I was going to be.
So Red Dead or another game called Postscriptum that I haven't talked about on this game. Or on
This isn't a game. This is life.
What is that game? I've never heard of it.
It's a PC game. So I play this game called Squad. It's a super realistic shooting game, or like modern day like Iraq game.
Yeah.
Well, they're releasing a World War II version of that. So basically, you get shot once you die. It's all about squad communications, that kind of stuff. Most people would hate it, but if you're into, shooter games that are super realistic, you'd love it. Yeah,
that's right up your alley.
Yep, that's me. Huh? Heard that.
So, real quick, I'm sorry. I should have been paying more attention to this. First question was from who?
This first question was from Robbie's. These first two questions are from Robbie.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first two questions were from Patrick.
You're totally confused right now.
This question was from Robbie, and we have one more from
This is Robbie.
Okay. So Patrick and Robbie each asked two questions.
Correct.
Got it.
So Patrick asked, where did we come up with the name of Peanut Butter and Triggered? And he also asked, what's our favorite platform, or what platform would we go with? Mm-hmm. Robbie asked, what games are we looking forward to in the next 6 months? And his second question is, let's see here. As the PC starts becoming more popular, what genre game genre do we feel like will suffer as PC gets more players? That's a pretty advanced one.
Yeah,
that might be one for me to field.
That's a thanker.
I think the genre that's going to suffer most,
mobile gaming. Duh.
because it's no longer because it's a PC.
Yeah, that's just not available.
Lisa will still be stuck playing those slots though, right?
Dude, for no reward.
That's a good question. I don't know if any of them will necessarily. Maybe couch co-ops. Couch co-ops will probably suffer because it's hard to play co-op games on a PC.
Yeah, and they already are suffering.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Ben.
And Lisa's mobile games. I hit the jackpot. Well, Lisa, it's not actually any gold or any money at all. Yeah, I got it. Then she came up to me the other day and she's like, "This game's so unfair. I've been playing it for like 6 hours and I still haven't hit the jackpot." I'm like, Lisa, what's the matter?
Lisa, maybe you should stop playing the things that don't matter.
Slots.
Yeah, this isn't Vegas. She'll
never listen to this.
This ain't Chinook Winds.
I know.
This ain't Spirit Mountain.
Well, those are the 4 questions from our great people. Thank you for supporting us. We'll use this money. We're going to use $14 for the service, and then the remaining 4 is going to be to boost Facebook subscription.
Okay, so where can somebody not subscribe contribute?
Patreon.com/PBT pod, P-O-D. $1, $3, $10, or an amount of your choice. $50 if you're a bro and you actually get to come on the podcast.
Let me clean up my place first.
No, maybe over the phone.
It's filthy in here.
We're not going to let some rando.
You can do it in Skype, right?
Yeah, Skype, or we can just do it on the phone. We just plug our phone straight into this.
Yeah, we could.
Senor Torres, if you're out there, please contribute. I really want you on the show.
Hey guys, this is Senor Torres, and I would love to talk about video games, and specifically horror games. And I love Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, the game.
And what about Batman?
Some good Batman games out there, Mr. Torres.
I agree, 100%. But you cannot salsa dance.
So again, if you're out there, if you're listening, we would love to have you. I don't think we need to have him on Patreon. We just
we can have him on free of charge.
He's like, I don't remember you, Jose.
Senor Jose, please stop sleeping in class. Okay, anyways. Yeah, that was my Spanish teacher, Mr. Torres.
We just want to say, honestly, thank you for supporting us. That's really cool, and it means a lot to us. And your bumper stickers are going to be on the way here pretty soon.
You got their addresses?
I got their addresses. I took them. I just got to throw it in and then take it down, okay? Our next question is Mr. Ben missed E3. He missed our whole E3 podcast, which is probably my favorite podcast we ever had, which I'm triggered about.
Yeah, didn't you have like your butt sack flare up again or something?
Yeah, my asshole likes to fill up with this mystery liquid and explode.
He's not kidding. Like, literally, he's not kidding.
It's how my body handles stress. It's a weird way. I wish it would figure out something else, but for now, we are stuck with that. When I say we, me. So yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. When your asshole's acting up, you just gotta rest it.
And this isn't a joke. Like,
and this wooden chairs wouldn't have done well. I didn't want my asshole to explode in this nice wooden chair. They have really comfy chairs. I have a wooden chair. It's not.
We'll get you a butt pillow.
A donut, like the little inflatable donuts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
donut.
So I might miss some episodes because of my asshole in the future. I'm sorry. I will do my best.
If you guys donate $100 a month, we can start paying for some of his asshole.
We'll get him an ass transplant.
No, just an asshole.
Yeah, asshole transplant.
It's a gland. You do have glands down there?
A perineal gland?
I didn't know you had a gland in your butt. Well, not in your butt, beside your butt. And I was like, Doc, what's the gland for? And he's like...
It sounded like he said dog.
Doctor. He sliced open my butthole because it got so infected it couldn't even explode. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Talk about a horror game. Anyways, so moving on to E3.
What are your favorite games from E3? We watched the PlayStation press conference. We talked a lot about it. What we liked about the you watched all of them, didn't you? Xbox. You watched the PlayStation 4 one. We watched it together, right?
Yeah, we did. It was great.
The Last of Us, then Death Stranding.
I did not watch Death Stranding yet. I've just heard it so over the top. It almost frustrated me when people described it. So I haven't. So I'll just quickly do this because we can get back to the mission at hand. But my favorites were the facial animations from The Last of Us were fucking unreal. Mm-hmm. The guy, like, as you're in gameplay, you seeing puberty, man. 29. I'm just hitting it. When he's like attacking Ellie and she's on the ground and he's like, you can see he's like angry, like just it blew my mind. Shadows of Tsushima. I can't ever think of it. What was it? Shadows of
I think it's
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. As much as I appreciate it, I for sure could remember the name. That was the most impressive thing I saw. The fields and the wind blowing and like moving the flowers.
The combat.
Yeah, the combat animations. The combat animations where he like would hold the sword to his side and then and just cut the dude in half. That game just looks if the E3 footage translates over to the actual game, I think that's going to be one of the best things that's ever been made. And you guys know me. I'm a Souls fan. My boys over at FromSoft have created what I think, and Scott, I don't think you agreed with me, it's going to be one of the, if not the best FromSoft game. I think it's going to kind of change up the pace at which they set and how they make their games.
If you've been following along at all with, is it called Sekiro or
Sekiro.
Shadows Twice. It turns out there's no leveling, there's no equipment. It's more of like a Ninja Gaiden style.
Or Tenchu.
Or maybe Tenchu a little bit.
Because there seems to be stealth mechanics.
No, for sure. It's much more that vein as opposed to Bloodborne or Dark Souls, where it's very, very your equipment's very important and your skills are very important. I think that's from Software's bread and butter.
But I think they don't want to be a one-trick pony, and I can appreciate that. And they're still bringing in their trademark look, their trademark feel. Like, it looked like a Souls game to me still.
Neo.
That's because Neo's in fucking Japan.
Well, that Ghost of Tsushima didn't look like Neo.
Tokyo. This looks like Neo.
Ghost of Tsushima looked nothing like Neo.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
A little bit.
No.
If you think about it.
No, I'm thinking about it right
just
now.
dwell on it for a while. But anyway, I like that they broke out of their concept, and I love the way the trailer was put together. I told you I'm very emotional. I like to cry. I also I like when trailers are badass. I like when trailers are badass and they make you feel like, holy shit, that was tough. And that one line in that trailer when he's like, the limb that you've lost, you'll
My bad.
the interruptions are stellar. When he basically says your limb's gone, and he's like, you'll learn to appreciate its worth, and then flow right into the fighting. I was like, God damn, I got chills, y'all. And then, yeah, for sure, I'm excited about it. I don't agree with the haters that say it's not going to be a good FromSoft game. FromSoft, I support you, I love you, and you're going to kill it.
Hey, FromSoft, you should donate to our Patreon.
I'm sure they're listening right now. Japan just held it up around their Bluetooth speaker.
Have you heard about peanut butter and triggered?
For a Japanese guy, you suck at that. Haven't you heard of the peanut butter and triggered?
That's like a South Park one.
Peanut butter and triggered, dude.
Peanut butter and triggered. This.
But yeah, that's my spiel on E3. Oh, and of course, I already talked about RE2. Resident
Yeah,
Evil 2.
that.
I hate acronyms.
You guys actually
They're
watched
fucking
like
stupid.
the 20-minute trailer on that? Or
Yeah,
the 20-minute
I watched the gameplay.
Man,
The only thing I don't
Scott
like...
just creamed in his pants from that.
I don't like that it's... I've always hated on the new age Resident Evil games, like where the guy... and it's like horror movies, like Michael Myers walking towards you, and all the new Resident Evil... Why are you saying fucking R.E.? Ugh, I'm talking, I'm not writing. And all the new Resident Evil games, they're like when the Las Plagas guys were running at you, they were always like, "What's up, dude?" And like they're just walking at you, and you're just like...
Yeah.
And you shoot them 12 times in the face, and you're like, I should probably start running soon.
That's like survival horror. That's the survival horror.
Yeah, but I wish... I mean, I get it. But
if you're running... If they're running and they're actually aggressive, you're playing... What's that new game? The one with all the zombies piling up and all...
Days Gone By.
Yeah, Days Gone By. That's what you're playing.
it's like 28 days later.
Yeah, 28 days later.
But anyway, I mean, that's just a gripe I have because it's good for gameplay, but I'm big about immersion in games too.
That's why you have the liquors.
When it feels fake, the immersion. Is it sure?
Immersion.
S-H.
Immersion. No, it's S-I-O-N.
Tomato.
Immersion.
Tomato.
The immersion is not...
Taken out because they're all slow. And
yeah, you're like, this doesn't feel real. If this was a zombie...
But I'll tell you, there's some parts in Resident Evil 4 that are sketchy.
Yeah.
Even if they're coming slow.
That's true, like the reanimators.
Yeah.
Oh, frightening.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
All right, so there's my spiel on
That's
E3
the spiel.
for people who wanted to hear my input on it. Thanks
That was
for
it?
caring. What
What about Session?
Oh, I have some sessions
the skate
shit.
game?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark in here. I'm kind of worried. Should we turn a light on? That's fine if we don't. What, are you going to cut that out?
You don't need to cut that out. I'm not going to cut it out. I'll just tell you right now. Don't even write it down.
People are going to laugh at that. Fans,
Dark in
if,
here?
if you don't laugh, you can lie and
What
say you
about
did.
Session?
I didn't see it.
Session
Really?
looked promising. The physics of the game looked promising, but I've recently seen some gameplay from the demo that a lot of contributors got from the Kickstarter. The whole like controls, they look really difficult.
Do you know what the controls are? Is
Yes.
it like analog stick controls or something?
Analog stick controls. Your right stick is your right foot, and your left stick is your left
That
foot.
sounds cool.
It sounds like what was it? Ronnie Newman song.
Ronnie Newman.
Same song? Swan?
What was that guy from? What was the guy from the Toy Story soundtrack?
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
Got a friend in me.
Left foot, right foot. Anyway, so
Oh, what's...
can you do the remainder of the podcast in Randy Newman?
Randy Newman? I can't do it talking. I gotta know if I can sing the rest of the podcast.
What would you say is your favorite?
Games are cool if you play them on your TV. Cause you can't play them without a TV.
The right stick's your right foot. The left stick's your left foot.
Exit, jump, and skate, and grind down the rail.
Okay, so like I was talking about with the analog sticks, there's also a release button to land your trick. So depending on how fast and how how hard you hit that analog stick, it'll flip your board, like how I can't remember the intensity, and then you have to hit a button to actually like land the trick.
Yeah.
It's tough. It looks really tough.
Release.
Skating should be tough. That's what I loved about skating.
Stop that, Ben.
I love the
You
slow mo.
moan. Oh, Scott shot a gun.
Do a gun sound again?
That's solid, man. Someone's gonna think there's an active shooter in here. Oh, that triggered. I'm sorry, guys.
What kind of gun do you want?
For what?
Like
Give me a 38 special.
Are those real?
yeah, I can do any gun.
Give me a 22 pistol.
That's not it.
Yeah, I don't. I was
When's the
impressed
last time
at
you
first.
shot a 22 pistol?
Like 2 years ago.
Give me a Titman A5 custom.
That's a paintball gun.
You said you could do any gun.
I can do a paintball gun.
Pop, 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 pop.
All right.
Goes,
All right. Well,
You got a friend in me.
we've really.
We've gone off the rails on this.
It's
yeah.
just fun.
It's all right,
fun.
whatever.
How dare you?
The listeners are gonna love it.
Anyways, so
Comment if you loved it.
Session,
Yeah,
I would
Session.
say if they can improve on the control mechanics, then it's gonna be fine.
Okay. I need to watch that gameplay because I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, for our main topic, what we're going to be talking about is our favorite characters in video games. We each have two that we like.
We should do 1, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 1, or like
Okay, yeah.
not do both. That way we get.
I'm happy with that. We're each going to pick two. I'll start off. I think this maybe is a little too easy, and maybe I'm being a little bit predictable, but Joel from The Last of Us. Too predictable.
Yeah, we've only talked about that 400 times.
What do you want me to say? That's my. He's
Make
a
up
really
new
good character.
shit. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Joel, I think is.
Tell us why.
He's such a strong character. I think that you actually feel for him, especially at the beginning of the game when his daughter dies. Like, that hits you right in the soul. And to see him change throughout the game, to see him go from being kind of an asshole to being a father figure and someone who would literally let the world die just to protect Ellie, I think that's really cool.
He got his soul back.
He got his soul back, kinda, a little bit, but he also murdered he
damned the human race.
Damned the human race and murdered one of the world's greatest brain surgeons, but NBD.
You didn't have to murder him.
You do.
You do? I didn't shoot him on one playthrough.
No, you don't have to kill the nurses, but you have to shoot him because he's holding a knife.
Oh, damn, it's been a while.
You have to shoot him.
Shoot him.
But the way they react is really awesome. But I think Joel is just the way he changes and yeah, he's probably my favorite. Well, one of them.
You may go next.
Yeah, Ben, will you go next?
Go ahead.
We're sorry.
I'm just sorry.
So for me, nostalgia is important in my life.
Yeah.
I like to remember what the things that brought me joy as a kid. I like to go back as I listen to music that I listened to as a kid still.
Sure.
Yeah, what was it, like Papa Roach, Theodore Sound?
I have a Brandon
Disturbed.
Hale
Limp Bizkit.
playlist just constantly going in my head. Breaking Benjamin.
Hey, that's funny because your name's Benjamin.
Hey, they don't know my full name. I want a little anonymity here.
It's actually Benold, but
Yeah, you coined that term.
Donald.
So for me, a big one, going back to Nintendo 64 that I mentioned earlier, as a kid, I dropped some time into one of my favorite characters, which was Turok.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love Turok Dinosaur Hunter 1. I love 2.
he's a pussy.
No need
How
to call
dare
names.
you.
He's a native.
Oh, he's alright.
You don't talk about the natives. They were indigenous here.
Trump's president.
Manifest Destiny, my ass. He was
Alright,
cool.
okay.
Manifest Destiny, my ass.
Anyway, so Turok... Damn it, you threw me off. I was trying to be serious.
I'm sorry.
And I had to get all... Never mind.
So Turok.
So
he's
yeah,
kind of a
Turok
badass.
1, the graphics were dick, but it was a fun game. You got to fight a T-Rex. As a child, I used to pretend I was a T-Rex, so getting to fight one in a virtual world was definitely one of my favorite experiences. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, to this day, I still say is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I don't think I'll ever remove it, no matter how much we advance with video gaming. I thought it had some of those badass weapons, like the cerebral boar. It was a weapon you'd shoot that would track your target. It would basically drill into their brain and just explode, and their whole head popped off. My mom walked in one time. She's like, "Wow, I'm raising a lunatic. And
You kind of were, though.
but again, she's a terrible parent, so it's on her. She saw that and just was like, I didn't say anything. And then the Turok 2, it had some of the most challenging gameplay for you guys ever play it?
It's been a long time. I played it.
That without cheat codes, and granted, I was probably 9 or 10 when that came out, maybe?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was pretty... I feel like I was... I know the first one, I used to hang out at Chris Sparks' yellow trailer.
Oh, yeah, the one where you got the nail?
Yeah, the nail sliced my head open because his parents just leave nails exposed out of the wall. You think they might hit their toe on it or something, but no, my stupid 3-year-old forehead took it for him. But yeah, the yellow trailer is where I got a lot of my Turok in. And then, but Turok 2, it's a badass game. So yeah, Turok... Thanks for the nostalgia. I love you, man.
Yeah. Hey, could I tell a little story? You talked about becoming a T-Rex, and I did the same thing since I was a kid. I pretend to be a T-Rex. Now, I have a really weird story about this.
Let's hear it.
When I lived in Sandpoint, my grandma and grandpa lived in this little house, and they had this big dining room table. And do you guys know how, whenever you watch around the holidays, you watch TV, and there's the Coca-Cola commercials with the train. It goes, Santa Claus is coming to your town. And it's
creepy.
Santa Claus riding. It's Santa Claus riding around in a train. It's a Coca-Cola train. It's Coca-Cola Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Well, I used to pretend to be a T-Rex, and my my big sister would pretend to be the Santa Claus train, and we'd run around the table, and it was Santa Claus's train chasing the T-Rex.
That's some wild ass Idaho shit right there, y'all.
Talk about imagination.
Yeah.
Why was the T-Rex scared of Santa?
Yeah, if I was a T-Rex.
Oh, fucking Santa!
It wasn't scared of Santa Claus. It was scared of Santa Claus on his train.
He's got presents! No!
Anyway, that's a true story. Jay.
Oh, I'm glad you told us.
Yeah, well, I had to say it.
Yeah.
I like it. I can't wait to talk about it at work and laugh more.
I can't wait to shout it from the rooftops.
Santa's coming, y'all. Better run.
That includes you, T-Rex.
Just the ultimate predator. Just terrified of an old fat white guy.
It was the train. It wasn't Santa Claus himself.
I don't know. This T-Rex sounds a little fucking easily shook. I can't do the T-Rex sound. Can you? Either of you?
Here, hang on.
Jesus, I'm sweaty.
You have a sweating problem.
Wow. Why do you guys... I come here, I spend my time with you, and you cut deep. You're going to write down another note?
No.
That's so petty.
Jay.
Okay, your turn.
Alright, so my first character, which has been kind of a common theme with this episode, is Leon Kennedy.
Ooh.
The reason I like Leon Kennedy from the original Resident Evil 2 is because he was it felt like he was like an everyday dude, and he's an everyday dude with every 4th grade haircut, right? But the other thing too is that he was a pretty smart dude, and it was really cool to play through the game with him. And then you see him come back in 4. He was a really cool dude in number 4. He had that sweet ass jacket. Mm-hmm. And then that's basically it. I mean,
6.
Well, I mean, but I'm just drawing from those 2 games.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, he's definitely really good in 2. He's okay in 4.
Dude, he was tied in 4.
The Merchant was cooler.
Okay.
Do you also like him because you're gay?
Okay.
How dare you?
No,
He's handsome. He has a nice butt. Am I gay?
That's a question you have to ask yourself.
I might be.
Well,
What's up, Callie?
There's nothing wrong with that, I guess. Anyways, I just thought he was a cool dude, and he was kind of a badass at the same time.
and he had a pistol in his glove compartment, and he gave it to a random lady. Take that pistol.
Yeah, here we go. Good luck out there.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, they get separated by a semi-truck, so... Yeah.
There it was.
Well, anyways, yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a groovy guy.
He's swell.
He's an alright guy.
I knew you were going that way with it. I knew you were going that way
Just
with
hear
it.
Scott bust the case, y'all.
I knew it!
He pointed.
He
gave
did.
him a violent finger point.
I
knew it.
I
you
knew you.
son of a
As
Put
soon as
this
you said-
kid in a padded cell.
As soon as you said that, I was like, I know where you're going.
Scotty Doodle cracked the case, y'all. I'm feeling this vodka drink.
I'm sorry to anybody who knows that reference. What's the name of that guy?
Who?
Leon.
No, the guy who.
Oh,
I think it's
the
Bernie.
sugar guy.
He's a cool guy.
Just YouTube sugar guy.
He doesn't have a name. He never gave us that information.
Okay.
He's an okay guy. He's a swell guy, but you get a little sugar in him.
He ate 2 90-calorie brownies and he was lit, y'all. I say y'all a lot. I think it's my Southern heritage.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Scott, who's your next favorite protagonist?
The man of the hour, the man of the year, Kratos. Kratos. Oh,
God
Lord
damn it,
Jesus.
Scott. You always get the same ones. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That's so rude. I'm so sorry. Y'all invited me here. I apologize. I apologize to the fans for that.
He's wringing his notepad in sheer frustration.
I think Scott's going to fight me.
No, Kratos, because Kratos is awesome. And he killed his own family, and that's dope.
That's super cool, man. Scott's like, wait till I get home. If you're Scott's wife and you're listening, lock the door. He's rage filled.
After I've gotten home, edited this, and uploaded it.
I know I've got him all mad, and he's going to come home to y'all.
And then you're next, Ben.
No, he's going to save it for them, because as you can tell, he's a fan of people who murder their family.
No, I like Kratos because I don't think he's a good guy, but I do think he's a good character. He has a solid backstory.
But he's kind of an asshole. And God
No,
of War 3
I'm not
just
saying he's not an asshole. I'm
killing
saying he's a good
everybody.
character. Like, he's a strong character. Yes, he's an asshole.
He's strong, but that doesn't mean you're good.
He's an asshole to his son. He's an asshole to his family that he murdered, and he's an asshole to every god he's touched. But it's a solid character. Like, he's a cool character. He's a cool guy.
He's okay.
He's a groovy
He's
guy.
a swell guy.
I think he could do better. He needs to really work on. He's got
He needs to
some
work on
demons
himself.
that he just needs to talk to someone about. I don't believe in therapy.
God of War 2, psychiatrist.
Yeah, God of War 2. I went to a therapist. Like, so Kratos, why all the demons? Well, Zeus fucked me over, and then I ripped his fucking head off.
That was a good one.
But
That's
yeah,
nothing like Kratos.
wait, hang on, boy.
I thought it kind of sounded like him.
Death is what began this journey.
Hang on, I can't do it. I was
No,
trying.
it's okay. We'll wait.
Okay, 1, 2. Okay, next.
All right.
All right, Ben.
Oh fuck. I wasn't prepared. I'm trying to be original. I'm trying to give us some new content to kind of go over. My second favorite character. Can I say Duke Nukem?
Great.
Duke Nukem provided some early. Oh my god, I'm so sweaty. Why is it so hot in here all the time?
Time to kick ass and shoot bubble gum.
My
and I'm
pants
all
are
out of gum.
sweaty.
Ben, I think that's just you.
Yep, that's true. Duke Nukem, he had a lot of fun one-liners. I'm a big comedy fan, and Duke Nukem was like a very early introduction to like this perverse, like comedy where there were
Pretty
strippers.
much as sexist as it gets.
Oh, for sure. Hey, ladies, nice tits. Pow, 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 pow. You're like, that's so cool.
This is so dope.
I'm in 5th grade.
This is like Duke Nukem is the character that feminists imagine every video game is.
And men. Just men in general.
All you do is you sit around and you tip strippers and then you murder them and then you save the chicks. That's all you
You look like Johnny Bravo and you just shoot tits off.
He's a guy who looks like Johnny Bravo and he probably listens to Limp Bizkit.
I think more Kid Rock.
That's what I said.
I put your picture away.
You got a ball with the ball.
To bang, diggy, 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 said the boogie.
My name is Kid.
I literally, as in like 5th grade, sat down and interpreted that song. I didn't have a lyric book, and I just
You transcribed the book before you
I
had
didn't
any
know what any
liner
of it
notes?
meant. It was like methods and trash cans and titty dancers. And I'm like, I don't know what any of that shit is.
You didn't know what a trash can was?
Yeah,
That's the South.
We lived in filth. we had a dump out back. We set on fire once a week.
He came up to the Northwest and they're like,
that trash up, boy.
he came up to the Northwest and they're like, you can like get like a bin and like throw your trash in there. He's like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Weird. In the South, we just
Dude, we literally just burnt our trash because we were too lazy to go to the regional dumpster.
I seriously can't tell if you're kidding right now.
I hand on religious book of choice.
We did-
I will do it. So one time, I was tasked with burning the garbage. I could not get the thing to set ablaze, so I poured gasoline on it. I didn't know gasoline was explosive if you put too much on it. And I threw the match down and it just fucking, like, the action movie exploded in my face. And I flew back. And it burned all my eyebrows.
Nice.
And all the front of my hair had frosted tips. I had, like, spiky hair with frosted tips. I also looked like I sang for Crazy Town. And I had a Stone Cold shirt on. I recall it so vividly. And, yeah, I like, hit the ground and my mom heard the blast and she came out. She was like, man, what happened? And I'm just like, it exploded in my face. And yeah, that was the last time I was tasked with burning the garbage.
Well, you got out of that chore.
Yeah, you burn your own garbage, Mom. Stepdad Ken.
All right, I have this like sneaking suspicion I know what your next character is there.
You might not. Do you want to guess? I'll take a guess from each of you.
Metal Gear Solid.
No.
Paul Walker.
Ah, fuck!
You got it.
No, it's not Paul Walker. This one's kind of like an anti-hero because of the like his story arc over the last few Mortal Kombat games. I like.
No. I know exactly who it is.
Okay.
I know
Motaro.
exactly who it is. Nope. Mm-mm.
Goro.
Nope.
Shokan.
No,
Raiden.
stop just naming
sorry.
everybody. Go, Scott.
I know exactly who it is. I know what you're thinking. And you're thinking that drunk guy.
No, fuck him. Bo Raicho?
Baraicho. No, I was just kidding.
Baraka.
I actually meant the Indian Tomahawk guy.
Okay, so this is probably really riveting for our listeners, but I'm just going to cut to the chase. I'm going to pick Scorpion. Ugh, I'm Ben, I don't like anything. So,
If it's not my pick, it sucks.
Just heads up, that was not me.
my name's Ben and I'm a complete loser.
I feel like he's getting some stuff out right now. Don't edit it out.
I'm not. I'm writing it down because that's a good drop.
Oh, okay.
Ben was bullied as a kid, and so now he takes it out on all of his people.
That's not how bullies work.
Yeah, it is.
No, if you're a bully, you're born a bully. But come on, Scorpion, let's hear it.
Okay, so here's why I picked Scorpion.
Get
Because
over
like
here.
in the first few games, he was just viewed as like one of the enemies, one of the henchmen, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, as soon as Mortal Kombat Trilogy comes out, you start reading more about his past, and you find out, like, oh shit, this guy was, like, kind of betrayed and kind of, like, fucked over by, like, a rival Lin Kuei guy by the name of Sub-Zero, right?
Sub-Zero for life.
Yeah, well, he's kind of a bitch for this.
He's actually a good guy.
No. New Sub-Zero is a good guy. The Noob Saibot version of Sub-Zero was kind of a bitch, even though he's kind of tight now.
Isn't his first name cool? Noob?
Huh?
Noob Saibot. That's a dope name.
It is
it
a very,
two people? I thought.
very dope
No,
name.
that's Smoke. Smoke.
Oh, man. I forgot about him. He's just gray.
I'll give you guys the full detailed background on this whole thing later. But as soon as you find out about this, and Scorpion's kind of like a sympathetic character, you find out, oh shit, his entire family and clan got massacred by the Lin Kuei, and you're like, oh man, I kind of feel for that, even though I've never gone through anything like that. And then, and only then, you find out that he has redemption. He fucks over Quan Chi and he fucks over like Shang Tsung and stuff, and he comes back and becomes a good guy for a little bit in Mortal Kombat X.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you gotta play those games.
I'll try it out.
Try it out.
Well, that's good. He can blow fire because he's a skeleton.
Yeah, what's up with that? What about being in that clan made him a skeleton head?
He's dead.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, he was taken down to the Nether Realm. No wait. Yeah, no, the Nether Realm.
Was
and
it the Nether?
Yeah, because then Outworld's like the opposite of like Earth, and he's taken down to the Nether Realm, and he's like kind of a demon.
Was he like in the Upside Down? Or are they going to do a Stranger Things collab? Wow.
The reason I'm laughing
That was good.
is one of my buddies on Facebook posted a video of someone getting like ran over by a car like really hard, hit all the way through and smashed between two cars.
Did he do this? Ah!
No, there's no sound. There's no sound. I'll show it to you later. And I'll tell you the reason I was laughing is because Robbie, our Patreon, his only comment was that the guy was sent to the Shadow Realm.
Hey,
Otherworld. Other now.
tell Scorpion what's up.
Yeah. Shout out to Scorpion.
So yeah, that's my pick.
That's a good one.
And
That was-
F right off for thinking that it was going to be something predictable,
Like Paul Walker.
like Paul Walker.
Because he was in...
So a few years
Like
ago,
Paul Walker, my name is Ben. This is how I talk.
Why
okay.
you keep coming hard at me, man? I'm
Yeah.
starting to get my feelings hurt.
So a few years ago, they had a big, huge vote to see who was the best character in gaming.
Yeah.
And can you guess the person who won?
Mario.
Don't even say Link.
Mario and Link were in the finals.
Shut the Okay, I
well,
can
there
deal
were
with
two, There were
Mario.
two in the finals, but they weren't on the one side. It was it ended up with Mario, I believe, and the other top guy was Gordon Freeman.
What?
Who's that?
He's the guy from Half-Life.
No.
Fuck off.
He never even says the word.
Get the fuck out. Who
Dude,
voted? Who
It's an
voted?
overrated game.
No, it was voted on by the people.
Who?
The people.
Which people?
Probably the PC Master
Yeah, I was
Race.
about to say PC fucking shitheads.
Oh man, fuck that.
Gordon
No
Freeman
respect
won.
anymore.
Gordon Freeman. I think it should have been. I had a funny one on top of my head. What was that?
That was me. Sorry.
That was a trash can.
Oh no, you don't even know what those sound like.
I know what explosions sound like. It's Vietnam flashbacks right now.
So, man, that really sucks. Who should it have been in your opinion?
I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
Name the two.
Well, I know, but like he said, he was gonna say who we thought it was
Look
gonna
real
be.
quick.
Oh, I was gonna say Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4. I loved him so much.
Nico Bellic.
He was kind of tight.
Hey, my friend my friend back home would get mad. He's like, I'm about to go Nico and this motherfucker and start shooting people. Nico.
I like Tommy Vercetti, voiced by Ray Liotta.
Yeah, actually, it was
From Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Vice City, homie.
Oh, yeah. What happened to Ray Liotta?
Vercetti. Remember the name.
Ray Liotta does the most dog shit movies now. He was a prolific actor in the 80s.
Yeah, Narco was awesome.
Was he a narco?
He was a narcotics officer. Yeah.
He
A
was
dirty
also
one.
in Goodfellas. The last good movie I saw him in was Observe and Report with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he was the detective in that, right?
And he hated him so much. He's like, you fat fucking mall cop. It was a good movie.
I have Guinness's top 50 characters.
Like the beer?
You know, Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, wow. That's how you know I'm an alcoholic.
Number
Like the beer?
10, Sonic.
Sonic's
Number
tight.
9, Kratos.
Kratos kind of a weenie.
8, Gordon Freeman.
Definite weenie.
Number 7, Laura Croft.
Okay.
Number 6, Pac-Man. Number
Oh,
5, Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Number 4, Solid Snake.
Nice.
Number 3, Halo.
It's Master Chief. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. They just said number 3 Halo?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh.
It's actually Master
You're
Chief.
no longer on the podcast.
Number 2, Link.
Okay,
Number
whatever.
1,
Mario.
Mario.
Called it.
And they have the top 50, so let's see other notables. Jill Valentine came in at 43.
Hey.
Max Payne,
Jill's a hard ass.
42. Spyro, 39.
Hard ass.
Leon Kennedy came in at 36.
He's a cool guy.
Zelda came in at 31. Naruto. What do you call it something funny? Naruto?
Naruto. I forgot what I called it earlier because there was a kid running around. I was like, look, he's got the Naruto laugh. I mean, run, not laugh. What's fun?
23 Mega Man. Ooh, 24 Sam Fisher.
Mega Man's tight.
Sam Fisher Splinter Cell was a dope game. That game stressed me out. I only played the
Nathan
demo.
Drake is 16. And that's pretty much it. Crash Bandicoot at 11.
Joel won't on there?
What?
Joel not there?
No.
Wonder why.
Probably because this list was made in 2011.
Boy.
So
Oh, okay.
he's not going to make it because that game wasn't invented.
Okay, geez, sorry.
Jeez!
Well, that's our 2 for each. We got him in. We got all
we
6
got it
characters.
in. Thanks for joining us. This was very, very.
Wait, hang
productive
on. For those of you out there that have a difference in opinion, please hit us up on Facebook and hit us up on
I wasn't
Instagram.
finding that out. I was still going to say that.
Okay, hit us up on each of those platforms so you can tell us what your favorites are and why.
Even though every time we've ever asked one of these questions, no one's ever really responded.
That's because we'll get there.
Yeah.
If
we'll
we
get
keep
there.
asking, they'll
I'm
have
with
to
you.
answer. It's so dark in here.
Okay.
And Javad doesn't really
comment?
interact with us either.
Does he like still?
Oh, he loves. He doesn't like. He loves.
You can't love on Instagram.
Heart.
Don't lie to him.
No,
Here's
okay.
this,
No,
like,
he
wow,
likes us. He likes us a
wow,
lot.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, shout out pbtpod@gmail.com if you want to email us. Now, patreon.com/pbtpod. You don't have to donate, but thanks for anybody who does. That's you're a really cool guy, a really swell guy.
You're kind of groovy, too, if you think about it.
Put this kid in a padded cell.
He loves us. You should probably get him on now.
Facebook.com/pbt, I think. pbtpod
Yeah, pbtpod@gmail.com.
and pbtpod.
Do you guys have a Yahoo?
No, we have
Maybe
a
a Hotmail?
we have an
That's what we
Earthlink.
should do.
We
Why
have
are
an
we using-
Earthlink account.
Why are we using Gmail? We should get the most antiquated email we could find.
PBT at live.com.
pbtpod at
Comcast.net.
Juno. No, at Juno.net.
I couldn't find out how to make one of those when I was typing it into my what are those called? Those search engines. I used Dogpile.
Dogpile.
What's that?
Dogpile? It was on Netscape Navigator.
It's been a minute. I never used Netscape. I always just had Juno.
Hit us up on Kazaa. You can download this illegally.
Kazaa.
Live link.
That's what we should do. We
LimeWire.
should start uploading this to Pirate Bay.
Isn't that where all the dirty movies go?
I don't know. Pirate Bay has all sorts of stuff.
Oh.
Well, anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Shout-outs to Robbie. Shout-outs to Patrick. Your bumper stickers are going to get there eventually.
Yeah. Shout out to McFly. Shout out to Ben's mother. And who else?
Don Marie.
And not shout-out to Ben's father. Thanks, guys.
Oh, shout out to Javad.
Bye.
All right, see ya.
Hey.
Hey.